Happy New Year. Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the forecast for each life path number for 2025. Now, I will be doing a quick take for the year ahead for 2025, what it entails as far as the global cycle, the universal cycle that we'll be working with. I'll be putting that out as it gets closer to, as we get closer to 2025. So have a listen to that if you're interested to know more about, again, the overall energy of 2025 and how to best work with it more on a mundane level. This video is, again, focused on what you can expect for your personal life path number. Now, please note, your personal year, which is derived from your own personal numerology, can be very different, and it takes priority over this reading for your life path. The personal year will be most dominant. And then, of course, this energy you'll be feeling, but it won't be as dominant as the personal year. So if you're interested in finding out what your personal year is, what that forecast entails, and for a specialized reading dedicated to your own personal numerology, then I suggest having, obviously, a reading. And my information is in the description box below. If you would like to work with me, I would love to take a look. And of course, this is a general forecast, so keep that in mind as well. All right, let's go ahead and take a look to see what we've got cooking in 2025. Life path number 9, you are going to be working with the vibration of the 18-9 for 2025. So essentially your own vibration of the 9, but then you also have this influencing energy of the 18. And so this influencing energy of the 18 brings in this healing energy. So this could be some healing that you personally need to do, whether it's through, your emotions, working with your emotions, whether it's actual physical body healing, some form of healing that you may have to go through this year, or may be a continuation of some things you've been healing from the past. You could see this as a year where you get those solutions, where you figure out how to manage whatever it is that you're moving through. So it can be a very, very healing energy that you're working with. For some of you, this can be a year where you actually tap into your ability to heal others, right? So some of you might become a doctor. You might become, a Reiki master. You might become, who knows, right? But your own gifts may come to the surface this year in how you can help heal others or help support and move others through their own healing process. So if that's something that you've been looking to do or hoping to do, you could see that come through this year for you. And of course, remember, as I move through this reading, this is a long cycle. This is a year long. It's progressive. So you're not going to see everything come in, right out of the gate January 1st. It's going to be something that continues to progress through 2025. And at the end of 2025, you'll be able to look back and see all that kind of transpired throughout the year that was working with you, right? Body care is very much highlighted this year. So, maybe you find better eating habits. Maybe you find time to exercise more, doing things that you enjoy. It's not about, this energy is not about like what you look like to fit standards. This is how you feel. This is helping you to feel better, to feel good in your own body, to feel good spiritually, mentally, emotionally, again, physically. So there might be some things that you invest in this year that ultimately help you to invest in yourself and your vitality and how you feel, that can really be transformative and can really be pivotal to helping you get the most out of your coming years, right? So this can be a really important year for that. The beauty about, let me back up. The other things that you might want to implement this year, and that you might be called to implement around these themes of feeling better and body care and really holistic self-care, is you might be called to spend more time in nature or doing the things that you enjoy, like really truly making space for and time to do the things that bring you joy, true joy. That's going to be really important this year. So there is like this focus coming back to self, right? But in a soothing self-care type of way this year. This isn't about selfish needs, right? But it's about, and it's not about only focusing on yourself this year, but it's very much about giving your body, giving your spirit, giving your mind what it needs to be healthy, to feel good, to be able to, continue forward and to get the most out of this experience we call life. Definitely a beautiful year for refilling your cup. So if you've been feeling depleted, if you've been feeling like, you're just at your wit's end, this is a great year to hit that pause button, to sink into the stillness a little bit more, to find ways to balance things out a bit where, you're filling your own cup up so that you can fill up the cups of others, and you're not sacrificing yourself. You're not making those, you're not over compromising your needs to, meet the needs of others. So there's a lot of like self-reflection here this year as well, to see where it is that maybe you've been neglecting yourself. And through that neglecting yourself, you've actually been, harming or hurting or neglecting your relationships, right? Because when we don't feel good about ourselves or in our body, or how, if we don't feel healthy, that affects our relationships with others. That affects how we connect with others, how we see others, how we perceive. So there's a lot here about really coming back to self and filling that cup back up. Pay attention to your thoughts this year. There is this tendency for nines, and this is just part of the journey, to be overly pessimistic, overly cynical, overly fearful of, connecting with others or just life in general. And a lot of that stems back to a lot of things that the 9 has to move through in this lifetime and your experiences with people. So just be careful about becoming too cynical or feeding into that cynicism. Be careful about being too overly protective or too skeptical, right? Like too suspicious. There's something here where you just want to make sure that if you find yourself, building that wall up, or again, just being overly cynical, find your way back to your optimism, find your way back to your hope. It doesn't mean you're not going to have to move through the journey to get there, but don't let the cynical nature take over. Don't let that be the driving force, because that's only going to eat away at you, and it's not going to help you to, live your best life, and then be able to, truly fulfill the 9 vibration. And that cynical energy, it truly affects your health. And so pay attention to your thoughts. If your thoughts immediately go to the negative, really sit with that. Why is that? And really deconstruct that, get to the core of it, because that negativity, that cynicism, that need for being overly protective is actually harming you more than it's helping you. You might think it's helping you, right? It's that fragile ego that needs to feel like it's safe and secure. But if you look at the sort of the means that you're getting to that point, how you're getting to that point, it's actually doing more harm than good, not only for you, but also your relationships and your connections. So this is a great year to kind of, make some modifications there, to, invest time and energy into doing the things that you enjoy and that light you up, and surrounding yourself with people who are supportive and who you can trust, and all those things to help get you back to that state of optimism, hope, positivity. And it's not about bypassing or any of that. It's about really kind of helping you to move through that cynicism, that negativity, to get to a better place, because that negativity does have an effect on you. Negativity has an effect on anyone, right? It's that energy. Definitely would say take your time when it comes to business commitments, to contracts. Don't rush into anything. Really take your time here. Make sure that you're asking questions. Make sure that it feels good. Make sure that it's serving not only you, but others as well. Make sure that it makes sense. Make sure that, it's you're doing it for the right reasons. Let's put it that way. So take your time. Don't rush into anything this year. This is not an action-oriented type of year. This is not a forcing, pushing, being overly assertive type of energy, although there is that one energy there with the 18. So you are meant to take risks this year. You are meant to take initiative. You are meant to go after what you need and want and step up and speak out, right? But in a gentle way, in a softer way, in a way that's like there's thought put into it. It's organized, it's strategic, it's not impulsive. So that's what I mean by take your time. Still go after what you want. Still, take back the reins of your life, but do it in a strategic way. Do it and not in a, again, overly suspicious way, just in a strategic way. Have a plan. Along those same lines, this is a great year to get organized. Organize your house, organize your attic, organize your garage, organize your clothes, organize, your thoughts. I don't know, right? Like clear the clutter. This is a year for clearing the clutter in your house, in your physical structure of the house, in your own body. If you want to build something, create something, be a part of something, get organized, get focused, and it will happen. So it's, if there's a lot of scattered energy, this is a great year to bring the bunnies back in and get organized, get strategic, weed through the rubbish, basically, and release that rubbish, right? Like release what's not working. This is a great time. If you think about your life as a garden, this is a great year for weed eating, for getting those weeds out so that the flowers can bloom. You might see that like a lot of downloads come in for you, a lot of ideas, a lot of inspiration for, next year, because next year, 2026 is going to be a one cycle for you all. So this is the year that you'll really want to be, that's an action-oriented type of energy, a one cycle. So this year is kind of preparation for that, make sure you're weeding through, getting rid of, cleaning out the closet, refreshing that energy, so that you're getting rid of the clutter. And that's going to make you feel good. It's going to make you feel good about your environment. And it's going to prepare you to be open to the downloads and the ideas that want to come in for you so that you can eventually take action on them. So release what's not working and make space for the better things that will. And don't force anything. This is not a forcing type of year. This is a flow type of year. Get in your flow. Whatever you need to do to do that. And a lot of that is going to be coming back to yourself, making sure that, you feel good. And if you don't feel good mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, this is a great year to get there or to at least start that process, So beautiful. Love it. But if you're forcing anything, you're just going to get frustrated. You're just going to get really frustrated this year because this year is also transient. This is reminding you that life is transient, that things are transient, that things come in and then they go, and they come in and they go. And when we attach to it, we start to force, right? In some way. So this year could also be about releasing those attachments, releasing your grip, letting go a little bit, and seeing, what wants to flow. What have we been restricting by that grip? What have we been constricting, right? And so this will be a year for releasing and going with the flow and surrendering. A lot of surrender this year, but you're also at the helm of the ship. So yeah, powerful year, but again, you're working with your own vibration of the 9. So it's going to feel good when we work with our own cycle. When we work with our own energy in a cycle, it usually feels good, even though there's usually always challenges and stuff as well, obviously. But it feels aligned because it is our energy. So I think you guys will feel that as you continue to move through it. For your animal wisdom message this year, you're getting cardinal energy. And this is so beautiful. This is a very 9 type of energy. Cardinals are seen as very spiritual beings. And usually, when we see a cardinal in the wild, it's a loved one coming through. Or a message from a loved one. So there's a very spiritual element to the cardinal, but there's also a lot of spiritual elements to the 9. So, you could see a lot of inspiration, a lot of ideas, a lot of new hope come in for you this year. And follow your intuition, follow that guidance that comes through for you. It's also beautiful too, because I think about the cardinal, and when I was growing up in New York, we had cardinals all the time, right? at the feeders. And in the winter, they were so beautiful. They were so beautiful because, you have that, like all that snow, so the white snow, and then you have this bright red cardinal, and it's so magical, so beautiful. And it was kind of like this. You can't miss a cardinal in the winter, right? They just stand out so beautifully, and they're just such a beautiful vision. So that's kind of that energy that you have this year. It's like that hope, that beauty, that magic, standing out, ready to be, to be captured by whatever it is that you choose to do. But don't miss the beauty, don't miss the magic, don't miss that specialness that's there, that's trying to get your attention, because you're too negative, you're too cynical, you're too focused on what's not working, because you'll miss it, and you'll miss a great opportunity. So beautiful energy, nines. I hope it's a fantastic, powerful 2025. I think it will be for you guys. Take care. Bye for now.